So I've talked about apps on the Pixel Fold, or I guess we could extend this to the Pixel tablet, and the way that they either support the large screen or don't support the large screen. I've talked about this multiple times on this channel, and I guess I'm going to continue talking about it until the end of time. And in these conversations, I've talked about the fact that Google has to sort of lead by example, and the fact that by and large, they have done this already. Many Google applications have been updated to properly support these large screens. Google Keep, their weather app, YouTube Music, their file browsing app, Google Drive, on and on and on. There's tons of Google apps, official apps, that have been updated to support these large screens. But as I talked about in a video a couple of weeks ago, there are some notable omissions, apps that have not gotten an update to support larger tablet screens. And one of the ones I mentioned was Fitbit. Of course, the watch that Google wants you to buy and to use with your Pixel device is the Pixel Watch, which mine is almost done charging for the morning. And the Fitbit app is, of course, the application you use with the Pixel Watch. The Pixel Watch app is fine on a tablet screen. It's fine on the Pixel Fold. But the Fitbit app is the one that you're meant to be using for all your health tracking. And it has not supported large screens. You open it up on your Pixel Fold and you have pillar boxing, black bars on the sides of the screen. However, there was just a big update for the Fitbit app. Brand new update with some new features, some new appearance. And unfortunately, guys, I have some really bad, annoying news to report to you. And we're not going to just talk around it for very long. We're just going to jump directly into the application, and you're going to see precisely what we're talking about. This new application, yes, does it have the Material You kind of look to it? Does it have the refreshed paint of coat? Does it look better? Sure. But we're still pillar boxed, guys. They have not updated this app to support their own hardware, their own folding phone, their own Pixel tablet, other large screen devices. They have not supported their own hardware. And to make matters even stranger, and I don't know if this is how the old app worked or not because I never thought to try this, I guess, but if you rotate this thing, you stay with pillar boxes, but you have the button down here to go to full screen. And when you do that, you get a full screen appearance. So it's like, okay, like that's like halfway there, but watch what happens if you rotate back. Now we're bigger than we were before. The pillar boxes are smaller, and if you click it again, it switches back to that view. It is fairly clear to me looking at this that they did not take into account the Pixel Fold or Pixel tablet at all. And look, I totally understand if you're not someone that uses a Pixel Watch or the Fitbit app, you're probably looking at this and thinking, who cares, this doesn't really affect me at all, but it does affect you. Because what we're talking about here is Google not following through. How can they possibly expect other app makers to support their hardware when they aren't even doing it completely? We have to give them credit where credit is due, right? I've already mentioned the list. There are tons of apps they have updated, but you have to finish this. You can't have, random apps like this still not support your own hardware. YouTube Studio does not support your own hardware. Your own watch fitness app. You own Fitbit. You have to update this to work on your hardware. This is such a bad look, and it's not going to drive confidence in your brand when people can look at this and go, is Google even all in on foldables? Are they even all in on large screen devices? They haven't even updated their own fitness app. Time and time again, the biggest complaint people have with the Pixel Fold is the fact that it lacks some app compatibility, that applications are not optimized for this large screen. It is like the primary issue for people as I read in my own comments. Google, you're not doing good enough. This is not good enough. You have to have all your apps, okay? The big ones like Fitbit in particular, you have to have all of them updated to support this larger screen. Again, if your plan is to do things to try and convince third-party developers to do this as well, to make large screen Android devices much more useful than they currently are, you have to lead by example. You can't be doing this. It just isn't good enough, guys. Absolutely love my Pixel Fold. It's one of my favorite phones of all time, but we have to call a spade a spade. I was excited about this Fitbit app update. I was cautiously optimistic that perhaps they would do what they needed to do. And this morning, I am annoyed. I am annoyed by the fact that they have fallen short of what I believe to be a fairly low expectation. This app could have simply been stretched out and everything would have been just fine, but no attention was paid, and this is the application that we got. Guys, that was a quick rant on the Fitbit app, but more broadly, Google not following through with what they need to be doing with the Pixel Fold. We have to hold them accountable, even though this video won't matter to Google at all. I feel better at least ranting about it and saying my piece on it. Drop some comments down below. How does this make you feel? Does this hurt your confidence in Google's determination, perhaps you could say, for getting apps to support these larger screens? Again, let me know in those comments down below. Subscribe before you go. I'll see you on the next one. And until next time, stay nerdy, my friend.